You know, cheesecakes are one of my favorite things to make for the holidays because you can make them in advance and they can sit in the refrigerator waiting for you to serve it for up to 5 days. In this recipe for Christmas Cranberry Swirl Cheesecake with Donsuemor Lemon Madeleine crust, we do just that. Now we start off with these delicious Donsuemor Lemon Madeleines, and what I do is I put them in the food processor to form the crust. You'll need 24 of these put in the food processor along with just a couple tablespoons of sugar and, believe it or not, a little bit of cinnamon. The flavor of that citrus and the cinnamon together is really delicious. We're going to grind this until it's nice and fine. Now once it's finely ground, you're going to add a 1/4 cup of butter to this. It's just sort of to bind it together. This is melted, unsalted butter. And then we'll just go ahead and pulse the food processor just a couple of times to combine. Now this is such a rich crust that it'll easily press into a 9 or even a 10-inch springform pan. I've double wrapped around the outside with heavy-duty aluminum foil. And then what you'll do is just remove this from the food processor, holding on to the blade underneath your finger, and then just sprinkle it in, pressing it down as you go. I usually find it's easiest to press the bottom down and then do the sides so that the sides don't cave in. Now in the meantime, one of the keys to great cheesecake is making sure that all of your ingredients are room temperature. So you'll want to bring to room temperature 4 packages of cream cheese. Now I'm going to whip this in the mixer along with a little bit of sugar. You almost can't beat this enough because it's going to get nice and fluffy. Once it comes together and it starts to get together and light and fluffy, you'll add a little bit of sour cream to this, along with a little bit of whipping cream. Once it's combined, you're also going to add just a little bit of flour to bind it. This is just enough so that it holds together and it gets fluffy. And then it'll be finished with just a little bit of vanilla. We'll let that just combine. Now remember to scrape down those sides of the pan as you go. And then when it's finished, you'll end up with this beautiful light and fluffy batter. Now, the next thing is you'll add 1/3 of the batter to your chilled crust. And then in the meantime, we've also made a beautiful little cranberry mixture that very simply comes together in the microwave with fresh cranberries, a little bit of lemon juice, and some sugar. You'll take half of that mixture, pour it on top of the batter, take another 1/3 of that batter, pour it on top of that cranberry mixture, put some cranberries on top of that, and then finally add your remaining batter. The trick to swirling this together is just to take a knife and just very gently swirl the entire thing, making sure that it's deep enough so that you're swirling the whole cake. This is going to go into a water bath and bake just until it starts to puff up for about 1 hour and 15 minutes. We'll shut off the oven, allow it to bake for another hour with the oven off, believe it or not, and then chill it until you're ready to serve. A delicious Christmas Cranberry Swirl Cheesecake with Donsuemor Lemon Madeleine crust.